Hey Cancer! Thanks for joining me for your August reading. I'm Madeleine, if we haven't met before. And if you're back, hi. So, before we get into your cards and your channeled message, I just want to make a brief little announcement that starting this Saturday at 10 a.m. Central, I will be doing a live weekly reading for every sign. So I'll be live, and if you want to drop in and chat, throw me a question, throw me a comment, would love to see you there. But you'll also be able to catch it. I will be posting the full recording as soon as it's processed. So we're going to be doing weekly readings here as well now. Y'all voted for it on social media. Appreciate y'all weighing in, and I hope I see you there. But now, Cancer, on to a really beautiful image that Spirit brought through for you for the month of August. And, you know, we're still in the summer, but we're closing in on harvest season. It's a little early for a cornucopia, but apparently that's what's on deck for you in August. Cornucopia being that image of like that horn of plenty that you may have seen with like gold and fruits and all this wonderful bounty spilling out of it. The indication is that there's some kind of wish fulfillment on deck for you. Something really beautiful, and for some of you it really feels like a long time coming, because that wish fulfillment feels a little miraculous, you know? Maybe like I'm almost getting a sense for some of you that it's like I had given up on this. So we'll see. Let's see what's in your cards. I don't know if you can already hear them jumping as I'm shuffling. All right, Spirit. For the highest good of Cancer, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising, Cancer Dominant people, what do they need to know in the month of August for their highest good? Energy around and available to them, what they're bringing to the table, what's on the table, where have they been, where are they going, what do they need to know for their highest good? Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising, Cancer Dominant. I think you've got some bonus cards here, cornucopia. All right, Spirit. Breathe deep, Cancer. This is a moment of healing. Whoa, wow. Okay. Woo! Try not to peek, but they're dancing. Your cards are dancing. Be here now. That's the other thing I'm hearing. Be here now. Not projecting into the future, not looking back at the past, being right where you are. Okay, Cancer? Even in this moment, but beyond. Beautiful. Woof! What a juxtafucking position. All right. Don't worry, Cancer. We're going to talk about it. I will pop your cards up in just a second. You'll be able to see what I'm looking at. Ooh. Out with the old and with new. Some things really, you know, the old cliche about things having to come to an end for there to be a new beginning. That seems to be playing out here a little bit. Wow. I say new beginning and I pull the second ace of your reading as I'm saying that. You know, Spirit is coming through with a really strong message for you, Cancer. You are a cardinal sign. You're a doer, you're a starter, you're an initiative taker, you're a leader. But you are also a water sign. Empathic, connected, sensitive. So sometimes what other people say to you, what other people are doing, whatever, the interference can kind of get in there and make you wonder and make you waver. That's how Spirit is putting it. I think some of you will be saying goodbye to something this month, and It is scary. It is scary when things end, even when we're in a good place, even when it's a good change. The Ten of Swords is... It's not a fun card. It's a card of Spirit using the phrase admitting defeat. Something not going your way. Despite your best efforts, this thing just falls flat. Endings have to come in order for new blessings and new beginnings to come in. The sun at the center of your reading. Your energy, your vitality, your health is on high. Some of you may be the the strong partner, parent, friend right now around people who are going through things. So that's what I'm hearing for some of you is like you're the rock, right? And other people look to you for that strength and that compassion and kind of like this endless font of energy when it comes to people who are in need. But like I said, there can also be a degree to which you need to be a little more self-piloted right now and a little more selfish. If you know that you've been selfish, then obviously this doesn't apply to you. These are general readings, so some of the messages are going to resonate with you, some of them are for other Cancers. But for those of you who know that maybe you've been a little extra sacrificial, it's time to ask for what you want, and I honestly feel like there's a lot of people who want to give you what you want, and I also feel the stirring of change and transformation is like hyper present in this reading. You have 3 out of 4 of the Knights. Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. All present here. The Knights are transition. Just different types of transition. And you've got 3 out of 4 going on at once. That could be part of why there's some Ten of Swords energy here. You know, change is hard for all human beings, but for you, especially Cancer, you know, nostalgia and sentimentality and clinging to old clothes and old toys and old notes and things like that. And again, even when the change is good, and it does look good, what's done is done. And some of you may be afraid of moving forward, and that's okay. Be kind to yourself if you're afraid of moving forward, if you're afraid of this life change. But I have to say, it feels like it's delivering. There's only one card in the deck for wishes coming true, as Spirit was giving me with that cornucopia, and you have the 9 of Cups in the potential position. In the position of the deck, most influenceable by you. When you are on the ground, like Oscar Wilde advised, keep your eyes on the stars. When you're in the gutter, right? I think that's how he put it. But I'm looking at that Ten of Swords like, okay, when you're flat on your back, at least you can look at the stars. The sun, they are telling me, you are talented, you are energetic, you have a lot to give, there's a lot of charisma, there's a lot of confidence, there's a lot of, I'm feeling like you in pursuit of things that make you happy, things that make you feel fulfilled, things that are new and different. You have the Ace of Cups in your future, you have the Ace of Wands as the key and conclusion. What you're moving toward is refreshing, a new start, a new initiative. Ten of Swords in the present moment. And again, I want to remind you, this is nothing to be scared of. This is nothing like, uh-oh, look at that Ten of Swords sitting in the future, for example, where like it could have ended up and we would talk about it. I'm straightforward, but it's not there. It's in the present. We're going through hard times in general right now. Lots of people are experiencing Ten of Swords energy because things are coming to an end, whether we like it or not, despite our best efforts, etc. Change is coming because that is in its nature. Spirit just said, but this ending is just. So for those of you that may have had, for example, a relationship that was flailing and finally you've shut the door. Or you've been going through a long-standing conflict with a friend or a substance or a job that finally comes to an end. The Ten of Swords is a card of, again, kind of, it's a defeat in a way, but you will notice in the background of the card, the sun is rising. The darkest before the dawn thing is a cliche for a reason. This end had to come. This end was just. This end was, you can see a very clear progression. This Eight of Swords is the clarifier for that. Being afraid, not wanting to move forward. Being afraid, not wanting to move forward. Seeing all the things that could go wrong and finally seeing it end. But that clearing away is bringing you something new. For some of you, it is a new relationship. And reminder that relationship can mean many things. We're human, so a lot of us are programmed to go straight to romance. But some of you have partners and things and are completely happy in that realm. This could be a new friend. This could be a new business associate with whom you can really create something. But the cups indicate that it's relationship oriented. It's like, this feels good. This feels fresh. I feel that, like, that's the sense that they're giving me is, if we could wash our soul's face, the way that it feels really good after like a nice shower when you felt a little grimy, they're giving me that feeling about your soul. Kind of like, all right, Ten of Swords, let me peel off these gross, dirty clothes. I'm going to wash off all the grime and sweat of everything I went through to try to do that. And then I'm going to shine like the fucking sun. I'm going to shine my talents. I'm going to shine my skills. I'm going to shine myself. I'm going to shine my fucking shoes. And I'm going to pursue the things that I want. Spirit is saying, fearing this ending has taught you that the fear didn't do anything to stop it. They're not trying to be harsh or they're just being honest, right? Like a little bit blunt maybe. But they're not trying to be mean. They're trying to say, so don't live your life rooted in worry, anxiety, strategy to avoid outcomes. Go for strategies to get outcomes. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? That's going out to a certain few of you especially. Spirit loves you. Spirit honors your abilities, your strength. Again, this is a month to be a little more self-centered in a benevolent, positive way. For whatever reason, they are reminding me of a prayer I say every day, but especially right when I'm going to read anyone's cards. And that is, to paraphrase it, that is to be a clean, clear, open, loving, honest, unbiased channel. And to be basically whatever tool that I can be for the highest good of all existence, the love and liberation of all beings. How can I be, in shorthand you might say, like, hand of God? Like, how can I just want to be an extension of your will. How can I be present in the world and do the most good? God is just shorthand. Universe, spirit, angels, goddess, whomever. My understanding and my experience has been that when we get out of the way, things flow in. And Ten of Swords usually happens when life is like, listen, we understand you couldn't get out of your own way, so this is just going to have to get kind of taken away from you. And they're not, like, this isn't a blame thing. Spirit just sees things from this big bird's eye view where it's like, yeah, you had to go through that. You had to learn that. I'm sorry it hurts. You had to learn that. You know, we've got Apollo in this version of the deck kind of protecting, but also looking down admonishingly at this poor human who just feels completely tied up by fate over here, right? And Apollo's just like, man, all you've got is these swords around you and you're so scared. You need to honor your gifts and your talents. That's how they're putting it, is like, oh, goodness. Okay. Oof, getting real spiritual, okay? They are saying, we made you in our image and we made you to shine. We didn't make you to hide. We didn't make you to be shamed. We didn't make you to mute yourself or try to fit in. If that had been the point, we would have made you look like everyone else. And you know, there's some, I'll just say like a discussion around the translation of the original "we are made in God's image" and indicators that it's really "we are made in God's imagination." So it's like, we're not a mold. Dump, dump, dump. We're all meant to be different. We're all meant to shine. So what makes you fucking quirky? What makes you weird? What makes you strange? What makes you unappetizing for some people? Everybody don't like capers. Everybody don't like cilantro. But the people who like cilantro and capers or whatever are like, delicious. Do you feel me? Don't try to make yourself fucking iceberg lettuce. No nutritional value. Like... Spirit be weird. I love it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Shine for your uniqueness. Pursue what you uniquely want. Don't be afraid. You know, like, Spirit is showing me David Bowie. And it's like, be that sacred, like, weirdo. You know, when we shine, we give other people permission to shine. And if that, like, Spirit is kind of getting in the back door with you by saying that, because they're like, if you won't do it for you, will you do it for other people? And some of you, I'm hearing, like, they're cutting in right now and saying, with the sun at the center of your reading, they really want to, again, honor some of you who are already doing this. Where it's like, this is what I do. This is who I am. Here it is, everybody. Presented without shame, because there's nothing to be ashamed of. Here's how I feel and act and dress and walk and talk. In astrology, the sun represents the self. That's part of why they're saying, you know, we call it the solar system for a reason. Things revolve around the sun. The sun is the biggest star in our little corner of the universe. Multiverse, but who's counting? You are the star of your movie. Don't act like a guest star in anybody else's movie. What do you want? What's your mission? What's your plot? Spirit honors your strength, and they want you to be as compassionate with yourself and understanding with yourself as you are with other people, because the truth is we have to get on the level of the parts of us that we don't like in order to change them. What I mean by that is, if we have a jealous streak, we have to get with the part of us that is jealous. We have to, you know, not physically, because the whole idea is to be gentle. This is just the mythic tarot, so they're using whatever is a good depiction of strength here. But I want you to remember that the point here is actually gentleness and inner strength. We need to go to our lion, the beast in us that is envious or whatever the bad quality is, and we need to get on its level and understand, are you hungry? Are you hurt, lion? Like, what's going on? What do you need? And let me feed it to you. For example, if I think I need someone else's love, that's not what my lion actually needs. What it needs is me. What it needs is my love. Like, oh, why won't this person call us back? Or why did they dump us? Or why aren't they interested in us? Or whatever it is. And what it really is like, hey, I deserve to be more interested in me. I'm kind of rejecting myself on the basis of this person rejecting me, which would be a silly thing to do when I'm great. You're great. You're great. I don't know each and every one of you, but I know that you're great. I know that there are things in you that shine and that are different and wonderful and magnetic and precious that nobody else has. And I know that the world will be a better place when all of us give whatever that thing is to the world with a little less fear of what could go wrong and a little more excitement about what starting our dreams can make go right. Some of you it is new love, true love. Some of you it is new project that is going to rock your and other people's worlds. For some of you it is I'm pursuing this new job. And I'm not just pulling things out of my hat here. You've got a lot of Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands. There's a lot of change and opportunity here. If you've been waiting on starting a project, an idea, if you've been waiting on pursuing something because you've been afraid of what could go wrong, I beg you to just try. I beg you to open yourself up to the idea that you can gracefully take on the challenges that present themselves with doing this new thing or doing life a little bit differently. A new approach. That's what the aces are. Take a new approach. Give it a try. Try. Just try. There's nothing attached to that. There's no succeed. There's no fail. It's just try. Try and see how you feel. Try and see if it makes you feel full of energy and excited. And if it doesn't, that's okay. Maybe it's something else. We keep trying. But change based on a deep-rooted understanding and acceptance of yourself is what drives you forward and brings you blessings this month, potentially could make your wishes come true. I feel also one of your strengths, Cancer, and this is a toughie because some of you are soft shell and some of you are hard shell. But one of the strengths of a Cancer is their vulnerability, because that's linked to their authenticity, their willingness to be who they are. That's a vulnerable thing. When people reject us, that feels humiliating. It's humbling, especially when we've been who we really are. If we're faking, if we're closed off, we can pretend that they didn't like us for whatever. Oh, they didn't like what I was faking. But if they don't like what we did and it's really real, that hurts. But again, some people are going to be like, oh my God, I love cilantro. I want it on everything. I want everything that you've got. Please give me, give me, give me, give me. And other people are going to go, ugh, tastes like soap. Not interested. And that's fine. Because that doesn't say you're not worth it. Unless you internalize that says that you're not worth it. You feel me, Cancer? Some of y'all have some attachment work to do. Like spirits just coming through, whichever, Freud or whoever on the other side smoking his pipe and telling me like, oh, you have some work to do on your attachments. Like, my biggest notepad over forgive. A terrible accent. But truly, looking into perhaps some attachment theory this month, Cancer. Insecurely attached, securely attached, avoidant, etc. I'm actually going to make a recommendation right now. A YouTuber that I really love. I'm a patron of his on Patreon because he's great. His name is Dr. Kirk Honda. And he's a couples therapist. Just look him up. See if you're interested. Listen to him talk a little bit. Really cool guy. Big King of Cups energy. I think you'll like him. It will serve you to look into this on multiple levels. Okay, Cancer? Very interesting prescription that Dr. Freud, not literally, but whomever that is giving you on the way out. I'd be very curious to hear what you think. If you have input, advice, if any of this is resonating for you or bringing up questions, I would love, love, love to hear. Really appreciate all of you who take the time to like and share and subscribe. It means the world. I appreciate you, and I hope that your time here appreciates many times over. Thank you, Cancer, and much love to you and yours. And if I don't see you in the weekly reading, then I hope I see you in September. Bye, Cancer.